Have you ever had a root canal repair? It's pretty painful. Well, some people say that strategic planning is a bit like having a root canal without any anesthesia. Now, that's a hard thing to admit to, but the reason is that strategic planning, particularly long-term strategic planning, can be tough going. And when people have looked at this, they cite 4 reasons why people find long-term strategic planning difficult. The first reason is that it's very time-consuming. The second most frequently cited reason is that strategic planning, particularly long-term, by definition dwells on items that of themselves are not easy actionable. So it's tough stuff you're looking at. The third reason is that people often don't understand the process. The process itself can be complicated, and it can take turns along the way because it's not usually a linear, predetermined process. So if those 3 reasons aren't bad enough, the final reason's a killer. And that is, it usually produces a document that's extremely long and difficult to read. And you ask yourself the simple question, where are we going? What are we doing? What do we need to do next? And you're hit with a 150 or 200-page document. We've reached out to the institution, we've used modern means of communication, and we've got people's feedback, and then we've given that back to people to resonate again. And so a long-term strategic process that is interactive is helpful in addressing some of those core concerns that I mentioned at the beginning. And then, of course, you've always got to communicate, and so we've tried to give good communications. You see that in some of the other video series that are coming out. And then, of course, there's been regular updates as well as inclusion in town hall meetings. And that keeps people involved, particularly over the long haul of strategic planning. We are making progress. I'm appreciative to the leadership involved in that, and then also to all of you for staying the course here and for your continued feedback. And in particular, I'd like to acknowledge the support and the leadership of Dr. Joseph Hobbs and Mr. Joe Thornton.